them to do, these Templar satanic bankers. This country was built on Constitution. It was built on liberty, freedom, the pursuit of happiness, and to keep tyranny off our backs. And that's what this Constitution and Declaration was about. And this country, we have forefathers, we have grandfathers and great-grandfathers and fathers, and people my age that have fought in the wars. I was in the Marine Corps. Many people were. I didn't go to war, but I'm telling you, there's enough people military trained in this country to put a stop to it. There's enough people that aren't military trained to put a stop to it. And it's a matter of the American people rising up and putting a stop to it. And it's coming to the day in the next month and a half. We are going to have bizarre situation go on with these foreign troops dumped on your head. So my word tonight, and I'll be happy to continue the show and talk about other things, you better stock up on food. You better stock up on the necessities you need to survive when this shit hits the fan in September. Because this is plotted, planned, and Obama is involved in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, hold that thought, and we'll be right back. This is Freedom Fighters for America Radio, and thank you for tuning in. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Freedom Fighters for America Radio at www.freedomfightersforamerica.com. We have with us tonight Mr. Stu Webb, and we have Brett back on the show. Brett, what's your last name?
Landreth.
Okay, Brett Landers is with us on the show, too. I want to welcome you both back to the show. I have a question for Stu.
Go ahead.
Coordinated effort between the good guys on the inside and the people on the outside. How effective a move is that?
Are you saying the American-French alliance?
Well, I'm talking about American people in our government, American people in our military, who don't like this New World Order, who don't like what they see going on.
They refer to themselves as the American-French alliance. It's been in existence since the time of the Constitution, and it's active, and it's there, and the bad guys know it. Just like the dancing Israelis on the day of 9/11 and all their little stooges in this network, that's what all these arrests in New Jersey is about. We just posted up some details, okay?
What is their attitude about foreign NATO
I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way. I gave evidence to certain ones involved in all this of the bank bailout and the artificial mortgages coming out of MDC asset investors, where they were buying up mortgages all across the country. And then they were turning around and they were selling them up to Wall Street to pension funds and so forth in bundles of like 2, 3, 500 mil or 2 or 3 billion at a time. And then they would turn around and create an artificial mortgage that they just sold to another bank. They would create one identical and keep a separate set of books. So they would sell it, make $500,000 on the mortgage, say if it was a $500,000 mortgage, and then they would sit there and pay payments on it for a period of time to make it look like that the owners were paying the mortgage when in fact they weren't. It was the fraudsters who were paying the mortgage. So they ended up paying out $100,000 in the mortgages over this 10-year period of time or whatever to allow it to run, or this 7-year period to 8-year period of time since 2001. And they did it again and again and again, 9 times, 9 artificial mortgages. So there were 30% of all the mortgages sold in the United States during the period of time from 2001 until approximately 2 years ago. Those mortgages had 9 fake mortgages behind it. This is the reason some of the people were reporting about 4 or 5 months ago down in Florida that they don't know which lender to contact because they quit paying their payments to their one lender, but all of a sudden they've got 4 and 5 and 6 other lenders who say that they hold the mortgage, these other banks. It's just beginning to surface. Chris, I and others were the ones that gave it to certain people. I give credit to Tom Heneghan. He helped get it done with me. We pumped it to certain people, and they came in, and now Bush runs. We had him nailed to the walls. And Bush, before he leaves office, gives him a bailout. Gives him a bailout last summer.
But there's not fewer people working in the comptroller currency, the banking regulatory agencies. There's still banking auditors. There's thousands of worker bee regulators that saw this happen. And that's the problem with the crime syndicate. Eventually, just like now saying Iraq war veterans are the potential terrorist threat to the United States, soon they're going to be saying police officers and federal bureaucrats are the terrorist threat that Homeland Security has to keep track of. Because they're people that know the truth and talking about it. So,
yeah, they're talking about people who put bumper stickers with Ron Paul on there or any other kind of the autograph flag upside down.
I was in Missouri, and I at the same time, the Army National Guard wouldn't accept me, and I kept razzing them. I said, you know, is it because I voted for the wrong Republican presidential candidate in the primary? Is that how come? Am I a terrorist now? You know, and our governor, Jay Nixon, wouldn't back down from that either. Finally, our lieutenant governor came forward and reminded people what the Constitution was.
Yeah, somebody better remind